Hi friends, my name is Kim. Welcome back to Cottage Kim Cooks. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so happy to have you with me today. And today we are going to make something quick and easy. I'm going to make Parmesan chicken. And instead of breading the chicken, I am just going to cook the chicken in my skillet. And then I'm going to make a sauce, a Parmesan sauce. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut up my chicken a little bit. So I put a little bit of olive oil in the skillet and I cut the chicken into smaller pieces to make it easier and quicker to fry up. I'm going to wash my hands really quick. And I'm going to put a lid on this so that it cooks through. The heat penetrates through, and then I will turn the chicken in a few minutes. And I'm going to get everything I need for the sauce. So some Parmesan cheese, some heavy cream, and a little bit of butter and a little bit of flour. So I'm going to get a plate to put these in. They look like they're almost ready to be done, but I'm going to check the temperature. These bigger pieces aren't done yet. We want it to be at 165. This piece is close. It's just about 155 right now. Okay, we are at temperature. And that temperature is 165. So I am going to add 2 tablespoons of butter to my skillet. I think I'm going to turn the heat down a bit. I want to get all that good stuff that's on the bottom of the pan. I'm going to add some all-purpose flour. So I added 2 tablespoons of butter. So I want to add 2 tablespoons of flour. And you want to whisk that up. And you want to cook that raw flour taste out. So it takes just a couple of minutes. And it does start to change color once that flour has cooked up. So I'm going to use heavy cream. You could use milk. And sorry, my phone is going off. Sorry about that, friends. So I'm using heavy cream. You could use milk. You could use chicken broth. Whatever it is that you are most comfortable with, that you have in your house. If you are doing keto, the macros are going to be better if you use heavy cream, but you are welcome to use chicken broth. If you're trying to be heart healthy, then I would use chicken broth and not heavy cream. You could use skim milk. I'm cooking up a vegetable to go along with this. In the microwave, I'm just steaming it. So we want to get this to a good thickness and get that heavy cream very heated through. I'm adding salt and pepper. And then we're going to add Parmesan cheese. So instead of the typical chicken Parmesan, which is breaded and has the cheese in the breading, we're making this sauce to make it more diabetic and friendly and lower in carbohydrates. So that was about a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to let that melt. I'm going to get a spoon and give it a taste to see how it is, if I've got enough cheese in there or if I need a little bit more. I may need a little bit more heavy cream. I do want some more heavy cream in there. That's the last of my cream. So if I need anything more, I will use some chicken broth to thin it out. I am going to grab some chicken broth. I'm going to give it a taste. See, it's very thick. Use more salt, put a little more pepper. And I did turn my heat up so it gets a little bit warmer. And then we're just going to spoon this sauce onto our chicken. There are few enough carbs in this that I am going to serve it with mashed potatoes. If you are trying to be very low carb, you could just serve it with some green vegetables like broccoli or asparagus. That would be delicious. You could also put some sun-dried tomatoes in your sauce. You could put some spinach in your sauce. You could put your broccoli straight in this sauce. So I'm going to spoon that over my chicken. And I'm going to get a fork. So this is what it looks like. I'll have a little piece. We'll give it a taste. It's perfect. The chicken is moist. It's not too dry. The sauce is excellent. It is creamy and rich, and the chicken broth thinned it out, but it didn't add too much of a chicken flavor. It left that creaminess still in there. I think it's absolutely delicious. And we're only looking at for a half a breast. So you know the way the breasts come, that is a half a breast. The breast would be connected and you would have two halves if you were going to have a whole breast. So 1/2 of a breast is your serving size. It's 254 calories, 27 grams of protein, 13 grams of carbs, and 28 grams of fat. So not bad at all. And like I said, it's well below the 45 grams we try to stay under to be diabetic friendly. So I'm going to serve this with a little bit of mashed potatoes, probably about 1/3 of a cup, and then my vegetable. And you have a delicious dinner that we were able to put on the table very, very quickly. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, Cottage Kim Cooks. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And I apologize that I haven't had any videos in about 2 weeks. I have gotten out of the groove, but I am back and hopefully going to have more videos next week. Thank you, and I had a really good time cooking with you again today and look forward to cooking with you again soon. Take care.